Good morning, Route 66 roadies. Come on in. Hey, we're in the middle of a nature preserve, so there's not always power out here. So our power source isn't working, so we'll just speak profoundly. And I want to welcome you on this beautiful summer morning to the reopening of the Carpenter Park historic Route 66 pavement. The first time it's been reopened in 90 years. Before I turn this over to Darren Thurman, our tourism manager, tell you a little bit more about what you'll see in this quarter-mile stretch of historic Route 66. I want to recognize some of the dignitaries that are here today and ask if they want to say a few words. First and foremost, Mayor Misty Buscher, City of Springfield. North Ender, Route 66 roadie. Mayor, do you want to come up and say a few words?
The first thing I want to say is we have Scott Dahl and Illinois Office of Tourism to thank for this great opportunity we have today and to bring tourists to this piece of our pavement, which was abandoned for quite some time, of historic Route 66. So thank you to the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau team. All the team members that are with Scott, please raise your hand, because I want to thank you all for your work. And I want to thank the state of Illinois for the grants that were possible for us to incorporate all of this so someone knows what they're looking at when they come up, and Illinois Office of Tourism for their partnership. We're super excited about the 100-year anniversary of Route 66 next year, and these are the kind of cool, unique things Springfield has to offer that you cannot find somewhere else. Thank you for attending. I hope you get to walk the path. We have a lot of shade, so it's not very hot. And just I want to say thank you for helping promote Route 66 in our community, because it's really a huge tourism draw. And I would tell you that 90% of the time when I meet someone who is traveling Route 66, they are from another country. This is such a huge international draw. So thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting this project.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate that. Next, Senator Doris Turner. She was instrumental not only in this project, but for 4 rounds of Route 66 money that's been available through DCEO. She was the sponsor of the bill. She is a true Route 66 roadie, and appreciate all your efforts.
And a North Ender too.
Yeah.
And a North Ender too.
That's probably my claim to fame, being a North Ender. I'm really excited to be out here. As the senator that represents this area, I'm always going to be the biggest advocate for whatever we do and whatever we can do to promote our city and promote the 48th. And we have such a unique opportunity with Route 66. I will tell you, Scott has done a phenomenal job partnering with other entities across the state to make sure that Springfield is always included in anything that's happening with regard to Route 66. And, I will put my money up to say that Illinois, and especially Springfield, has more going on that will be available for the 100th anniversary coming up next year than any place else in the country. So thank you, Scott, for everything that you're doing.
Thank you, Senator, and thank you for representing the 48th. We have Sherman Mayor Trevor Clapfelder here as well. Give him a round of applause. He said he did not want to say anything. In true Trevor form, absolutely. He did not want to say anything. Ward 4 Alderman Larry Rockford. I did not see him here, but we want to thank him for being part of his ward as well. Mike Murphy, the President and CEO of the Chamber of Commerce, and his ambassadors here today. Thank you for being here for this ribbon cutting. Did you want to say anything?
The only thing I want to say is, one, Scott wanted me to talk because I am old enough to remember driving on Route 66 before Interstate 55 was around. But in all seriousness, Route 66 is such an economic driver for our community. I learned that firsthand when I had Charlie Parker's Diner. The number, like the mayor would say, the number of visitors who came into Springfield who said they were here to visit Route 66. And this is just another example of how we're going to give them an opportunity to spend longer time in here so they can spend more money. Scott talks a lot about turning it into a multi-day stay, and that's so important to us. And I truly appreciate everything you've done over the years for Springfield. It's amazing. Thank you very much, Scott.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. we also have representatives for the Illinois Route 66 Scenic Byway. Jeff Ladd is here. Jeff, do you want to say anything? Yep.
Like everything Illinois Route 66, it's always about teamwork, and that's been a huge factor here. This has been on the radar of organizations like the Route 66 Association of Illinois for many, many years. And the byway itself, in 2008, did an extensive study of this particular site as part of our interpretive master plan. But it was the driving force of people like Scott and the city of Springfield and our great friends in Sherman working together to get this beautiful stretch done. And as Abraham Lincoln once said, if I had an hour to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 45 minutes sharpening my axe, and that's what we just did here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. We also have representatives for the Illinois Route 66 Association here as well. John Lucchese, I know I see you in the audience somewhere. You probably don't want to say anything, but yeah, quite as well. Or come on up if you want to. Yeah.
Thanks, you, Scott. Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, the Route 66 Association of Illinois has been like 30 years now, and we're all volunteers, every one of us. And we, of course, we promote, educate Route 66, but importantly, we also preserve it. We have the Preservation Committee, which I'm proud to be a member of. And come on up here. Guys, come on up here. A couple of our volunteers, they come up from Chicago, and Tim is from St. Louis, and Mark is from the Bloomington area? Aurora. Oh, gosh. So each county along Route 66 has a board member, which these gentlemen are as well, and we're all volunteers. So I represent Sangamon County. You represent?
DuPage and Grundy.
And
I'm St. Clair and McCoupin.
I'm McLean.
so it's nice to have this and do this, but who preserves it after that? Who fixes the signs, the posts, the old gas stations? Well, we're the volunteers, and thank you for inviting us.
Yep, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, John and team. I appreciate it. It's also nice to have Miss Illinois Route 66 here, so just give us a wave. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And I know I have fellow City of Springfield directors here, and thank you for your support and being here today to support this project. You know, Visit Springfield and the Visit Springfield team, we've been talking about not only this project, but Illinois Route 66 since 2018. We knew we had to put a master interpretive plan together to follow the state's Route 66 master interpretive plan in 2008. So we went to work for that. 2020 happened, slowed us down a little bit, but in 2022, we released our Springfield area Route 66 master interpretive plan just ahead of Senator Turner's Route 66 funding that was becoming available. We have been able to complete projects from Williamsville to Auburn. Those include reopening the grounds of Shays gas station, Big Ron, the Maid-Right. We did improvements to the Maid-Right. We have a mural trail that's out there. We're soon to have a neon sign trail as well. This project that we're celebrating today, the Carpenter Park Route 66 pavement. And as the senator said, there will be another round coming of 5.0, and we look forward to more projects. But we recognize 8 years out that the Route 66 Centennial was not that far away, and we needed to be ready. Springfield's not only the hub of Illinois Route 66, we're in the middle of Illinois Route 66. And I'm pleased to say that we have over 60 attractions now, just a few years later, for Route 66. We will be ready for those 1 million international visitors that are traveling Route 66 in 2026, not only for the Centennial, but also for the World Cup. They'll be moving through Illinois and through Springfield, and they'll be welcomed with all of our Route 66 sites. As I mentioned, collaboration is one of the core values for Visit Springfield, and we could not do it without the partners on this project. And I just want to quickly recognize them. The Springfield Park District, Derek Harms and his team, we could have not done this without you. I know it looked daunting at first, right? We talked about this, we talked about our timeline, we talked about having it done in June, and it looked like we weren't going to make it happen, but your team stepped in and really helped us fast forward this project. So thank you very much. The City of Springfield Public Works, thank you for all your support as we move through this project. Jeff Carter and the Carter brothers. So interesting enough, this stretch of Route 66 is what we found out is not solely owned by Jeff Carter. It's actually half the road to the east is owned by Carter brothers. The west is a nature preserve. So you'll see that all the signage along here is on that east side, and Darren will talk a little bit more about that. Speaking of that, the Illinois Nature Preserve, we got to give them a shout out. I don't think they have a representative here today, but they worked alongside the Springfield Park District and our team to really fast forward this and get this project done. Mike Stratton, the Village of Sherman, and the Sherman crew, thank you very much. Mike, I know you're tired of my text messages and my calls and my asks. Yeah, you probably should be. But thank you very, very much, the Village of Sherman, for your cooperation, collaboration. There will be enhancements, by the way, and we'll start unveiling those, but I know we're going to work together more on those. A-Sign Company, our partner, Scott Bringett and his crew. Chris Camp worked on this project. This is another project. They helped us form and create the Illinois State Fairgrounds Route 66 experience. If you haven't been out there, please get out there. It's open 365 days a year. We've partnered with the Neon Sign Trail. We've partnered with the Mural Trail. A-Sign Company, homegrown, creating legendary neon and signs throughout our community. So thank you very much. P.H. Broughton, yeah, thank you. P.H. Broughton and Sons, they did all the cleanup. And please pay attention to the sandwich board as you walk in. There's photos of what it looked like before, and I think you'll be amazed. As the mayor said, and I want to echo the mayor's sentiments, DCEO, the Illinois Office of Tourism, Illinois Department of Natural Resources, thank you very much, not only for the funding, but the support that you've given Route 66 in Springfield throughout the years. And certainly last but not least, the Visit Springfield team, the two that worked directly on this project, Darren Thurman, Angela Wolfgram, thank you. Angela is our staff historian, by the way. As you move through the waysides, Angela produced all the text and did all the research. So we call her our staff historian, and we're so happy that she's on our team. And then our marketing team that's here today as well, that helps push out the message for Springfield, Visit Springfield, and certainly Route 66. So with that, I'll turn it over to Darren Thurman to tell you a little bit about the project. Thank you.
Well, Route 66, if you didn't know, is a culture and a breed of its own. And it was just a few short years ago, I didn't know much about it. Beyond Nat King Cole's famous iconic song, I did not know much about it. But the last 3 years, ask my children, I have immersed myself and have fallen in love with this iconic road. And I like to tell this story because I think it just speaks to how big and how the appeal that Route 66 has. But we had the privilege of meeting a lot of visitors that come in internationally at our visitor center. And we had a couple come in, this is probably over 2 years ago, and they had shipped a vehicle from the UK, their own car, to travel Route 66, actually all the way from New York, and then they came over to Chicago and hit 66. And I asked them, why? Why would you do this? Why would you spend so much time? And they said, think about it. In our country, we can go from one end to the other in just a few short hours. We don't have the vast landscapes of prairies and mountains and deserts and oceans. And I suddenly realized, and then when you add that to the appeal and the nostalgia of real America, of middle America, not just merely our big anchor cities, Route 66 is really, really special. And I want to thank our local roadies who have done such a good job. Penny Black, I'll highlight you, of immersing me in our culture. But this project has been truly a labor of love. I was surprised this morning and also previously how many folks said, I didn't really know this road existed or I didn't know much about it. And confession, 10 years ago or so, my family took a photo down this road. We trespassed. And I didn't realize it was Route 66, but we're very proud to open it to you today. As you travel down, you're going to notice several interpretive signs. The first is here, which already existed, but our second one is called Mother Nature Meets the Mother Road. And you're going to notice just about 10 feet across from that sign, Mother Nature is attempting to kind of swallow back the road. What was hers is she is now taking back. And so we left that as a little stamp of what exists here and what this greater area means. The second sign as you go down is kind of an homage to the iconic businesses and restaurants that exist in Springfield. So shout outs to places like Shays, which was a huge international appeal. Shout outs to none other than Cozy Dog Drive-In, places like that. And then some old businesses that no longer exist. So I hope you check that sign out. And then as you go further down, you're going to notice some billboards and some Burma Shave signs. We had a lot of fun creatively with that. And then finally, our last interpretive sign is the history of Carpenter Park and what existed at the bottom, which was the old iron bridge and a mill. And so you'll notice here we have kind of called out the old iron bridge and these kind of this welcome gate and also the interpretive signs as you go down. But I do again want to thank my colleague Angela Wolfgram, who did all the research in preparing these signs. And then Ace Sign, we are so lucky to have such an incredible partner in them. Chris Camp, who collaborated with us and tolerated our ideas and worked with us on that. But we are so glad to share this with you today. I hope you enjoy it and tell all of your friends and family to come out and check it out. So thank you.
Thanks, Darren. Appreciate that. Yeah, hashtag Visit Springfield, @Visit Springfield for all your photos, please. Shameless plug there. Before we get to the ribbon cutting, just another shameless plug. On July 11th at 3 p.m., at the Pharmacy Gallery and Art Space, we are opening the Bob Waldmeyer exhibit. I hope you all can be there as well. That's another one of our Route 66 projects. So again, July 11th at 3 p.m. I hope you can be there. All right, without further ado, let's do the ribbon cutting and let's check out the pavement.
No, hold up for just a second because
Count of three.